Welcome back to Shane's Main Shop. We did a video on the counter, the cabinet, putting that together. So now I'm going to talk about how I'm going to support the bar top. Now the bar top's going to have the original top that I used to have on it with the, it's kind of a, maybe I can show it to you really quick here. I can't pull it out right now. You'll see it when I'm done. But it's a little over a foot wide. This is the bottom side of it here. It's got a bar top finish on it. That's a clear, but it's a fairly thick covering. And it's going to overhang this way a little bit. So you can pull a stool up under it, sit at it, and there's enough room for plates, forks, silverware, and there should be enough room across here for the 4 bar stools that we have. And pretty much going to work sitting right on top of here. It'll overhang, the bar will overhang into the cabinet, the counter space here a little bit, but most of it obviously be on this side. So the question is, with that being said, how do we support it? I could put a lot of angle brackets here, and I thought of that, and that's still an option, but I don't know how strong it would be unless I put a lot, and I didn't want it to be just screwed into the cabinets because, you know, it's just particle board. So I thought if I could have some sort of leg system that wouldn't be an issue, I wouldn't get in the way, that might be the best bet. Now a lot of the weight's going to be supported when it sits right on here, but with this overhang there's a lot of pressure there. You know, when you get up on the bar and the kids or whatever, they're going to lean on it, they're going to pull on it, whatever, and I want to make sure it has pretty good strength. So I was thinking of some black iron pipe flanges which would screw down to the floor, the pipe would screw into it, another flange on top, screwed into the bottom of the bar top. If I did that, that would be great, but I also didn't want to just rely on that screwed into the floor because, again, the thing could be tippy. There's not a real easy way to fasten here other than maybe some small angle iron brackets, which I will, but I didn't want to rely on just, again, on those. If they're pulling, I didn't want them to break. I wanted it to have a little bit more support. So my thought was to get some hoops like this to go around the pipe and fasten it to here, and then I'll paint these. They're all going to be painted flat. Everything's going to be painted flat black here just to give it the same rustic look, so, you know, it kind of blends in. But the problem is, if you have a flange and a flange down here, this would go around the pipe, but because of the flange, the pipe couldn't go against the cabinet. So now what do? You know, I didn't want to build it up with blocks and this and that. So I was trying to figure out a way to make this work. So I went over to Home Depot and I'm looking around, and I happened to walk into the PVC aisle first, and I was looking at floor flanges and stuff, and I just ran across straight ones of these. These are toilet flanges. They would go down, sit down on your floor like this, it would screw down in, and then you know, your toilet and everything would go down on top. You can see the little spots so your toilet would lock in. And then I was going to run into the same thing. Now, the reason why I was thinking about PVC is if I use black iron pipe, you got to get that pipe cut exactly right, threaded exactly, you know, the right height, the right amount, so that, you know, when you screw those flanges on, they're going to go on far enough that they're going to catch, but they're also not going to end up being too tall. So you have, you know, a little bit of play in those, but if you don't get the pipe quite right, and the flange, if the pipe's too short or too long, you got, you know, it's a lot of hassle there. With the PVC, much easier to cut. Don't have to worry about threading it on, and make sure I can just cut this at the right length. These are going to slide on to the lip, and that's it. No guessing. We know they're going to go all the way to there. So that's why I thought about PVC. But the same problem was going to be getting these clamps around it. And as I'm walking along that aisle, I stumbled onto these. As you can see, I don't have the regular ones. These are all offsets. So these would set down here like this, and that puts that pipe right against. And then again at the top, underneath the bar, it'd be like this, and the pipe will be here. This will be fastened. I'll have plenty of support on that bar top. Plenty of room that these could go between the first and second stool on both ends, and that might be plenty. So I ran across these and thought this would be fabulous because obviously I don't have the pipe on here. It's too long to stand upright. But if these are against like this, the pipe is right there, you're going to fasten it directly to it. So now, not only do I get the support of it in the floor, I get the support of it into the cabinet in a couple spots as well. So that's what we decided to go with. So this is when you think outside the box and you come up with ideas. Now, I'm going to cut all these to the length I need and make sure everything all works. the way I want it, and then I'm going to spray all this stuff flat black once it's together. And the only issue I have is I wish I could flip these flanges over, because normally they would sit on the floor like this, and this would be down through the floor, and this would be flush with the floor. So this is kind of a finished edge, nothing sharp here. Of course, the toilet would be covering this normally. But in my case, these are going to be sitting like this, and we got this little lip that's sticking up here. So I am going to see if I can get one of these off here. Here is the nearly finished product. So as you can see here, I got the cabinets are all in place. The countertop is screwed down. I got help with pushing down on the back of the counter and screwing the back panel into it. Bar top has been cut off, rounded at each end. All I got left is to sand this and put a coat of the poly bar top sealer on the edge of both ends here, and then that'll be done. And then I just got to do both ends of the counter. There's a trim piece that goes here. This pin comes out, and then there's a trim piece that goes here. You use an iron to put it on. But other than that, it's done. So this end here is cut as well. And you can see this bar stool, I just got to put the extensions back in it to bring it up to where it's going to be. Pull this back so you can kind of see what we got here for the finished product. So those were the legs. The flanges at the bottom are toilet bowl flanges, drains, and there's two more at the top. The difference at the top is I left the metal brackets in place, so I had a wider thing to screw to the underside of the bar here. This is not fastened to the floor yet because we don't have the bar in exactly the spot we want it. So and then I have some couple angle brackets underneath here attaching this to this, so it's all one solid piece. And at this point, I'm not going to use the C-type brackets. They go around, screw in, so as long as those brackets up there are going to hold, everything is good. And you can see it's not moving, it's solid, and it's pretty well done other than some fine-tuners finishing. So anyways, thanks for swinging by Shane's Main Shop. Please like, subscribe, comment, come back for more videos. And click on one of the videos up in the corners here. I'll put a link to putting the cabinets together and a little bit about the cabinets that I got as well. And don't forget to click on the channel icon down the bottom right hand corner to subscribe. And as always, have a great day.